Hi guys, this is a packet from Israel. Let's see what is inside. We have actually 3 different stuffs. So let's open this thing. So we have a first avionic instrument. This is the fuel indicator in kilos. So on the rear, as usual, we have a circular connector. Let's see the second one. So this is another indicator. It's an hydraulic fluid quantity indicator. Power supply 115 volts. And on the rear, we have this connector and 2 adjustments, probably. Let's see the last one. So this is also a fuel quantity indicator, but this one has a digital display with a display with dots. Don't know if you can see on the screen. From 98. And the connector on the rear. So let's open this thing. We'll start with this one, for example. For this one, there is one screw here. It seems difficult. There is paint all above, and this thing is painted, but let's see. I think this will be difficult. This thing is maybe soldered here. We start with another one. This one seems okay. We have four screws here. It seems difficult to remove. Okay, very nice. So we have two PCBs. So in the first one, we have a small transformer here. Some transistors, some passive components. So we have a DC motor here. In order to drive the display. No, this is maybe not a motor, this should be a resolver. We have at least 4 wires here, maybe 6 actually. And let's see what we have on this board. I need to remove this isolator plate. You have a nice conformal coating on this board, and you can see the reflection of the light. You have a lot of transistors here. We have some ICs, NAND gates, and a dual D flip-flop here. So the transistors are 2N2895. Okay, for this one. Let's see this one, this hydraulic fluid quantity indicator. Okay, so we have a transformer on this side. There are not a lot of stuff on this thing, it's very simple. You have a few diodes, a few passive components here on this board. Here we have a small it should be a resolver also. We have 5 wires. We have this strange stuff here. It should be a servo. It seems to be a potentiometer. Yes, we can see. Sorry, we can see a cursor here. You can see a cursor on this wire wound resistor here. On different sections, it seems, so you can see it's difficult to turn. Yes, okay. Okay, so you have this motor and this potentiometer for the feedback. We have here a lamp and probably a bulb, and we have here a switch for the end of the scale. Yes, it's a limit switch here. So here we have a capacitor on this board. also, and we have in between this board with a few transistors, three transistors and some caps, some passive components. So it's a very simple device. Very simple. I think that the input should be a DC voltage or something like that. So there is only a servo loop to drive the motor and nothing more. So I think the most complicated is this one, but this one should difficult to open. I think it is soldered on this side, not sure. There is only one screw here. So I think I will need to cut this part maybe. We try to remove this screw one more time, but it seems totally locked. And anyway, I think it will be destroyed anyway. Yes, no chance. This is probably soldered. So I will try to cut all around here in order to separate in two parts this thing. So I succeed to cut this thing, but unfortunately I cut also 50% of this flat cable. But it's not a big problem. But let's see if we can remove the electronics inside. It is not obvious. I can see that this thing is very thick. It's a thickness of a few millimeters. And we can find we have SMD part on it. I need to cut also 1 centimeter more because the board is locked with this thing here. So I need to cut at this position. Okay, so let's see what is inside this instrument. Okay, so this is the display with a flat cable here. And we have this electronic board. So this one, we have a LT1074. It is maybe a switched mode controller, a switched mode power supply controller. We have already used LT1074, but I think in TO 220 package. Maybe this one can generate more power than the TO 220 package. So this obviously is the power supply board. It seems we have optocouplers here, probably HP 2300. So here we have probably some transformers. So here you have a MOSFET, IRF 9130. So this is a modern instrument. There is nothing actually, nothing special. So this should be an oscillator, 1 MHz. And you have 2 FPGA here, Altera Max. So there is nothing special. Unfortunately, it will be difficult to do something with this. There are very few number of analog parts in this thing. You can see a bodge here. You can remove this board because there are some parts on the other side of this PCB, but I think only passive parts, but we can remove it. Okay, we find nice decoupling capacitors on this board, on this side, and a nice conformal coating, and you can see. Actually, this should be a CPLD, EPM 7160. And here we have some interface, but I cannot see exactly. This small SO14. And on the other one, we have some TVS diodes here, probably for input protection against over voltages, and also some decoupling capacitors. So this is a modern instrument from 98. It seems that this thing is only digital, so I think the input is a digital stream of data. The only analog stuff on this board is the power supply, actually. The rest is the digital. So from these three instruments, maybe the more interesting is this one. Some analog stuff on it. It is not complicated. We have a few ICs and some transistors. We have some nice capacitor here with strange values. 7.4 nanofarad. Maybe they are accurate capacitors. We have two like this. This one also here. The color of the PCB has changed here below the resistors. Maybe there was a power dissipation here. But maybe it is just due to the time. After long years of use. You can see also the coloration on the bottom side here. So we try to do reverse engineering of this board, actually, of these two boards. We try to understand the secrets of this thing. And try to make working this instrument again. And maybe this one too is a very simple instrument. You can see the potentiometers on the rear of this instrument here. They are accessible here. It is maybe full and empty here, I don't know. You have this strange stuff here. I don't know exactly what is the purpose of this thing. Okay, but that's all for today. Thank you for watching. We have 3 instruments here with different complexities. See you next time. Bye bye.